Hello guys, this is Dr. Possibility from Excel Academy. Kindly make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you register with Excel Academy. In this tutorial, I'm just going to do my mathematics exam preparation part 4. So please make sure that you watch my part 1 to part 3. So let's quickly look at some few questions. The first question is find dy dx for the following functions. The first one is y is equal to x cubed sine x. The second one is y is equal to brackets x squared plus 2x to the power half. Then the third one is x to the power 4 plus 4y squared is equal to 4. So let's quickly start with the first question, and I'm going to write solution. Okay, so if you look at the first part, which is y is equal to x cubed sine x. So if you look at this this question is having two parts. This question is having two parts. You can say let u of x be equal to x cubed, and you can also say let v of x be equal to sine x. Okay, this is because we have two expressions, and if you look at these two expressions, x cubed and sine x, these two expressions have been multiplied. So for us to work out this expression, we are going to use the product rule for us to work on this. So if we say let u of x be equal to x cubed and v of x be equal to sine x, we can easily find the du dx. So if you look at du dx, okay, du dx, this will just simply be 3x squared. 3x squared. This is according to the product rule. And then if we find dv dx, so if we look for dv dx, we need to know that according to further differentiation, you find that the derivative of sine x is simply what? Is simply cos x. So the derivative of sine x is equal to cos x. So after we do that, after we work out du dx and dv dx, we can simply use the formula for us to come up with what? Dy dx. So let's quickly look at dy dx. So dy dx is simply equal to what? Is simply equal to u complement x. So u complement x simply means that the derivative of u of x. So u complement of x multiplied by what? Vx. And then we say plus v complement of x, which simply means that the derivative of v of x. And then you multiply it by what? By u of x. So with this in mind, with this being done, we can simply finish up our work by simply saying what? We multiply 3x times sine x. So dy dx is simply equal to, we're going to multiply 3x squared. We multiply it by what? By sine x, because sine x, that is v of x. Then we say plus, we are going to get the derivative of dv, which is cos x. So we are going to say cos x multiplied by what? Multiplied by x cubed, which is going to have x cubed. So in such a case, if we can write it properly, so we can just say dy dx is simply equal to 3x squared sine x, 3x squared sine x plus x cubed cos what? Cos x. So this is just the answer for the first question. So let's quickly look at the next question. So the next question is y is equal to x squared plus 2x to the power half. Okay, so which is our number 2. So our number 2 is y is equal to x squared. Y is equal to x squared plus what? Plus 2x and then to the power t half. So we are going to say solution. So in this case, if you look at this question, for this question, which is y is equal to open bracket x squared plus 2x to the power half. So for this question, what you can do is you're going to use the what? The chain rule. Remember the first one we use the product rule, but this one we are going to use the chain rule. So for the chain rule, we are going to say let u of x be equal to what is inside there, which is x squared plus 2x. Then remember, where there is x squared plus 2x, when we put u there, it's going to be y is equal to what? Y is equal to u to the power to the power half. So after doing that, you can easily find du dx. So du, we can say du dx is simply equal to, using the power rule, that will be 2x plus what? Plus 2. And if we find the derivative of y, which is y is equal to u to the power half. So if you use the power rule, so du will simply be equal to, you're going to multiply that half by 1, which is simply half, and then you say u, and then you're going to do what? You're going to subtract a 1 there, which is going to give you what? A half. Okay, so with that being done, this dy du, okay, dy du can simply be equal to 1 over, because that is a negative, so we're going to have 2 to the 2u to the power to the power half. Okay, so after we do this, we can simply now write down the formula. So remember the formula of dy dx according to the chain rule is going to be what? It's going to be du dx multiplied by what? Dy du multiplied by dy du. Okay, so with this being done, you can easily multiply this by that. So this is simply equal to, if you work out that, this is what you are going to simply have. So you're going to have this 2x, which is du dx, 2x plus 2, okay, 2x plus 2 multiplied by 2x plus 2 multiplied by what? 1 over 2. Remember, this u to the power half can simply be written as the square root what? U. After you do that, the next step is just for you to multiply that by that. You know, 1 times anything is just that. So this will give us dy dx is simply equal to 2x plus 2 over 2 square root what? Square root u. So if you look at on top, the numerator, you can factorize 2. So you can say dy dx, is simply equal to, we can factorize a 2 there, which is going to be like that, open bracket x plus what? Plus 1, because we know 2x divided by 2 is just simply equal to what? Just simply equal to x. And 2 divided by 2, it's just 1. So 2 square root u. Okay, so after you do that, you can look at the 2 which is down and the 2 which is up. So this one and that one, they can cancel like that. So therefore, if you look at dy dx, dy dx, dy dx is simply equal to x plus 1, x plus 1 over, if you look at what we had, u was simply x squared plus 2x over square root. So where there is u, we are going to put x squared plus 2x, x squared plus 2x. So this is what the answer is. Okay guys, so please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you register with Excel Academy. So let me quickly go to the other question, which is x to the power 4 plus 4y squared is equal to 4. So let me quickly look at the third question. Okay, so if you look at the first question, it's x to the power 4 plus x to the power 4. Let me quickly look at the question. 4y squared. Okay, so we have 4y squared. 4y squared is simply equal to 4. So with that being done, x to the power 4 plus 4y squared is equal to 4. So for you to work on that, you need to have the knowledge on how to find the derivative of implicit functions. So you need to have knowledge on how to work out implicit functions. So if you look at the implicit function, this is very easy, and this is a very easy question you can handle. So you can just simply write down x to the power 4 plus 4y squared is equal to what? Is equal to 4. So if you derive this one, this will give you, using the power rule, this will be 4x to the power 3. Then you say plus. So because we are now deriving the derivative of y, what you are going to do is you are going to put an f complement of x. So f complement of x is just symbolizing dy dx. Then this, using the power rule, this will be what? This will be 8y. This will simply be 8y. So there you have 80y is equal to, you know, the derivative of any constant number is simply 0. So with that being done, this can go to the other side. So you're going to have f complement of x, and then 8y is simply equal to, this one, it goes to the other side, it's going to be negative 4x cubed. After that, you can simply divide throughout by 8y, divide throughout by 8y, and there also by 8y. Then when you do that, you're going to observe that this 8y and that 8y can go. So you have f complement of x is simply equal to 4 into 4 it's 1, and 4 into 8 it is 2. So you're going to have negative x cubed over 2y. So this is your final answer. So please make sure that you subscribe, or you can write it as dy. You can write it in that way. Dy dx is simply equal to negative x cubed over 2y, just like that. So guys, this is the final answer for our third question. So please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you also register with Excel Academy. Let me quickly move on and look at other questions. Okay, so the last question, not the last question, another question on trigonometry. So this is a must know question. This is a must know question. So each one of us is supposed to know this question. So let f of x be equal to 3 cos 2x minus pi, and then the interval we have been given, it is from 0 to 2 pi. Then the question is, find the amplitude, find the phase displacement, find the period, and lastly sketch the graph. So personally, how I solve these questions, I normally solve them in any order, but I'll follow according to the questions. Okay, so please guys, make sure that you follow up because this is very important. So I'm going to write solutions up there and then I'll work it out. So this expression, which is f of x, okay, this expression which is f of x, is supposed to be in the form whereby we have what? We have a cos, okay, a cos, b open bracket x minus c, okay, x minus c. So this is the expression in which this guy is supposed to be. So in this case, since you have a 2x inside, remember the constant of the coefficients of x here, it is just what? It is just 1. So you need to make sure that even that one has a 1. So we are going to say f of x is simply equal to, you rewrite it, which is 3 cos, and then you have 2x minus what? Minus pi, and then like that. So after you do that, you're going to still say f of x is simply equal to, you're going to say 3, then you write cos. Since we want to express x to have only a coefficient of 1, we're going to factorize 2. So we factorize 2 there. So we are going to factorize 2 there, and then we say open. So once we factorize 2, that means that x will remain there. So you divide throughout, 2x divided by 2, it is just x, then minus 2 divided by pi, pi divided by 2 is just pi over what? Pi over 2, like that. So this expression is now in that form. That expression and that expression, they are now in that form. So this is one of the first steps one is supposed to do before you even solve the questions. So now let's quickly look at A. So A is saying the amplitude. So when you talk of the amplitude is just simply equal to the modulus of what? The modulus of A. So if you look at this expression, this is your A, this is your B, and that is your what? That is your C. So the modulus of A in that case, it is just 3. So that simply means that our answer here, modulus of 3, is simply 3. So this is our amplitude. So let's quickly look at the what? The next question, which is the phase shift. Okay, so the first displacement, it is just the modulus. So I'm going to say PD because they have used displacement. So this one, it is just the modulus of C, the modulus of C. So the modulus of C in this case is -12. Okay, so negative pi over 2. So the modulus of pi over 2 is just simply pi over 2. So this is the phase shift, but for direction, in case of direction, you can just pick negative pi over 2. So you say negative pi over 2 is what? Is less than 0. Since it's less than 0, so you move right. You move right. Since it is a negative, so you're going to move towards the right hand side. So you just pick the opposite. But remember, phase shift, it is pi over 2. And then what I've written here is just important for the last question, which is to sketch the graph. So that's the answer for that particular part. And then we have the period, which is the last one in terms of finding. So the period here, you're going to say period. Okay, you're going to say period, you write like that. So period is just simply 2 pi. That's the formula, 2 pi over 2. Remember, these formulas will not be given in the exam, so it's very important for you to make sure that you know them. So 2 pi over b, so I've already written a 2 here, though it's supposed to be 2 pi over b, of which b is just a 2 in our case. So that means that our period is just simply what? Is just simply equal to pi. So guys, in case you have any questions, you're free to WhatsApp me, you're free to comment, and you're also free to contact me, and I'll be able to explain to you. So after you find these guys will help you now to sketch the graph. These guys we have found will help you now to do what? To sketch the graph. So it's very important for you to take note of these guys. Okay, so let me quickly move on and sketch the graph. Okay, so we have been asked to sketch the graph, which is IV, which is part 4. So as we already know, every graph has the what? As the y-axis and also the x-axis. Okay, so don't mind my accuracy in terms of lines. So and then we have been given the interval, which is 0 there, and then we have x, and it has to be 2 pi. So this is our interval. So the first thing you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to draw the graph of cos. The graph of cos. So the graph of cos, it normally looks like that. It starts from 1, then goes down like that, and then it goes up. So this is the first period, isn't it? So this is the complete cycle of cos. So after you sketch like that, then you go back to what you solved this side. So you found that the period was pi, so you're going to put pi there. You're going to put pi there like that. Okay, so after you do that, you remember we have been given the interval, which is up to 2 pi. So because it has ended there, you can also add on whatever you have found. You add on like that. So and then that part can be what? 2 pi. Okay, so we have 2 cycles depending on the period we have found. So after you find the period, after you indicate the period, after you manage that, you can find half of pi. Half of pi, it is just pi over 2. And then if you add pi over 2 to pi, you're going to have this part here, right? You're going to have this part here, which is just 3 pi over 2. So there you have 3 pi over 2. Okay, and then from here to there it's half, from there to there it's half. Remember this part, which is pi over 4. Is it pi over 4? Yeah, pi over 4. You need to take note that half of half, it is just pi over 4. And then there, if you add pi over 4 to this one, if you add pi over 4 to this one, you're going to have 3 pi. You're going to have 3 pi over what? Over 4. 3 pi over 4. Okay, then if you add pi over 4 to this one, if you add pi over 4 to this one, you're going to have 2 pi over you're going to have 2 pi over 4, because pi over, no, sorry, 5 pi over 4. So this one is 5 pi over 4 there. Then if you add pi over 4 to this one, if you add pi over 4 to this one, it's going to give you you have 2, 6, 7 pi over 4. So this one will be 7 pi over 4. Yeah, this one will be 7 pi over 4. And then lastly, this will be your 0. Then you need to note that this graph has continued moving, though the other side, which is now outside the interval. So that's why I've put it in those shaded form. So it's outside the interval. There is also another guy which is outside the interval this side. So once you do that, since we don't have any vertical shift, you can just simply put the period. So you can put the period here, which is just a 3. So the period is just the height. The period is just the height. So you can put the period there. Let me quickly put the period, which is a 3 there. It's just the height, okay? And then there you have negative 3. Yeah, so the period, the amplitude is from there to there. That's the height, the amplitude. Then the period is from there to there. That's why we had a pi. And then also there to there, we had another pi, making it 2 pi. Okay, guys, with that being done, this is not the end of the graph. The next part is for us to do what? For us to do the phase shift, which is the last task. So according to our question, the phase shift is pi over 2 toward the right hand side. So that means that this guy will move pi over 2. That guy will also move pi over 2. That means that it will be outside the what? Outside the interval. Then we have this other guy here. Remember, this guy is going like that, right? Remember, this guy is going like that. Like that. You can pick it up like that. So since this guy is going like that, if you look at that guy, okay, let me just quickly. So since this guy, remember there is negative pi over 2. Remember, there is that guy, negative pi over 2. Let me just put a negative pi over 2. So after you do that, you really need to be extra careful when it comes to the phase shifts. You need to be extra careful when it comes to the phase shift. So this guy here will move half. Okay, this guy here on 0 will move half. And when it moves half, it's going to be somewhere there. Okay, when it moves half, it's going to be somewhere there. This point here. And then there is this point here. When it moves half, this point here. Remember, there is negative pi over what? Over 4. Okay, there is negative pi over 4. So for those who don't know about this pi over 4 and the likes, I think there is a video on how to convert degrees to radian. So this guy will move. It's going to be there when it moves half. Then this other guy here, when it moves half, it's going to be on 0 there. Okay, when it moves half, it's going to be on 0. Then if you pick this guy, which was here, a point which was here, remember we had a point which was here, it moves there half because the phase shift is half. Then we also had this point which has moved there, right? We also had this point which has moved there. Okay, then we have this point, like this point, it will move half. So when it moves half, it's going to be at that particular point. Okay, So if you move all the points, you find that this one will be there, that one there, that one there, that one there. So another one will come up there, and then another one will be there, another one will be there, and the other one there, and then the last one will be there. So for the movement of the points, since here I've done it first, there is a video on our YouTube channel which is specifically for trigonometry, so you should also watch it. So after you do the movement, ladies and gentlemen, it's now the time to join the points. So you can pick from there, you go up, you go like that. Please don't mind my accuracy in terms of drawing. This is sketching, then this one will go like that, this one goes up like that, then that one will go up, then once it goes up, it will surely drop somewhere there. Okay, so this graph, it's the graph we are looking for. This graph, it is the one we have looking for, which is f of x, which is f of x is simply equal to f of x is simply equal to 3 as our amplitude, then cos as the curve, and then we had open bracket 2x minus pi, 2x minus pi. Okay, so that's the one. And then this other one, it had no phase shift. This other one had no phase shifts. So this one is just f of x. So it's very important to name these graphs for the marks in terms of your exam. So this was 3, and then it is cos 2x. Okay, so the difference between the first one, which is this one, and the other one is that the first one had no phase shift, but the second one has a phase shift. And then there are some graphs which may need you to refract, and there are some graphs which will need you to do the vertical shift. So for such graphs, please, if you have a challenge, make sure that you WhatsApp me, and then I'll be able to respond. Okay, let's move on, and please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you register with Excel Academy. Let's quickly look at this next question. Let's quickly look at this particular question. I'm going to write solution. So express in the form a plus b square root c, where a, b, and c are real numbers. So when you use the word real numbers, these are just all the numbers in the universe, meaning from negative infinity to positive infinity, from negative infinity to positive infinity. In short, all the numbers are subsets of real numbers. All the numbers are subsets of real numbers. So let me quickly work it out. So if you look at this, these are radical numbers. Okay, these are radical numbers. So I'll start with the first one. Which is open bracket 2 square root 5 plus 1 close bracket, then you have 3 square root 5 minus 2. Okay, so this is very easy, guys. This is very easy, and these are just free marks. So you're going to multiply this by that, and then this by that. So meaning, what I'm just trying to say, you're going to say 2 square root 5 open bracket 3 square root 5 minus 2, then close bracket, you say plus 1, then open bracket 3 square root 5 minus 2 close bracket. Then after you do that, you say this times that, so this is just 2 square root 5 dot, remember I'm using dot for multiplication, 3 square root 5, then you say this times that, which is just negative 2 dot 2 square root 5, then you say plus you know 1 times that is just what we are multiplying it with, and then this 1 times that is just -2. So after you do that, this guy will multiply with that. So square root 5 will multiply with square root 5 will multiply with square root 5. So remember, square root a dot square root a, the answer is what? A. Okay, so in that case 5 square root 5 times square root 5 is 5. So 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 2 it is 30. So we have 30 there. Then there we're going to have 4 square root what? Square root 5, because 2 times -2 times 2 it's just -4, and then square root 5 is around. Then this it will be the same way it is, so plus 3 square root 5 then minus 2. When you correct the like terms, 30 minus 2 is just simply 28. 30 minus 2 is just simply 28. Then minus, -4 square root 5 and plus 3 square root 5. It's more like what? Like terms, more like 4x, -4x plus 3x. So this will just give us square root 5. So this is our answer. So in this case, A is 28, B is -1, and C is 5. So that's the solution for that particular question. Let me quickly move on and look at the next one, which is square root 2 plus 1 over square root 2 minus 1. So this question is coming from rationalization of rational numbers. So we have square root 2 plus 1 over square root 2 minus 1. So let me just check so that I don't make a mistake. Okay, it's okay. So in this case, what you are going to do is, for you to rationalize that, you need to obey some rules. So the best way I can explain it is you just find the conjugate of that. So you have square root 2 minus 1. So if you look at the conjugate will simply be square root 2 plus 1. So we're going to multiply square root 2 plus 1 on both the numerator and the denominator. So here you're going to say times square root 2 plus 1, and then over times square root 2 plus what? Plus 1. So if you look at that, this can be multiplied by everything there. So this is square root 2 plus 1 close bracket, then you say square root 2 plus 1 close bracket over the down part. If you look at the down part, this is the difference of two squares. So we're just going to say open square root 2 squared minus, because it's the difference of 2 squared, 1 squared, like that. Okay, after you do that, this is very easy. Remember the first part, I explained how you can multiply those guys. So I'll just do it in a fast way. So it says square root 2 times square root 2, it's just simply 2. Then square root 2 times 1, it is just square root 2. Then 1 times square root 2 is just what? Square root 2. Then 1 times 1, it's just simply 1. Then you say over, you say square root 2 to multiply by 2, so that one and that one will cancel, so it is just 2, and then minus 1 squared is just 1. So with this in mind, like terms, 2 plus 1, it is 3. Then you say plus, square root 2 plus square root 2 is just 2 square root what? Square root 2. And this guy is just simply over 1, because 2 minus 2 is 1. So after you do that, this into that, it's just 3 plus 2 square root what? 2. So this is the final answer for this particular question. So like I have already emphasized, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and for this particular question there is a video which just talks about this on our YouTube channel. So on our YouTube channel, the channel is called Dr. Possibility. So if you just search Dr. Possibility, for those who are going to find our video on Facebook, so Dr. Possibility, that's our YouTube channel, and then Excel Academy, that's our Facebook channel. And in case you want to get in touch with us, you can just contact us on the lines which I'm going to share later on. Okay, let's move on and look at something else, if at all we have any. Okay, there we go. Solution, sets. So this question is from sets. So the question is, using the Venn diagram, shade the following set given that they all intersect. Using the Venn diagram, show the following set given that they all intersect. So one thing I like doing is solving this question step by step to avoid making mistakes. So since these sets intersect, so I'm going to just intersect them like that. And then there are also this one, since there are three, I'm going to write them like that. So sometimes these diagrams can be drawn for you, and sometimes you need to draw them for yourself, like in this case. So let me quickly shade, and then this one is just the universal set. So my first step in this particular question, I'm going to shade A intersection C, since it's the one which is in the bracket. So I'll start with the bracket. A intersection C, so I'll look for A intersection C, which is just this particular part. So this is A intersection C. Okay, so this A intersection C, on this same diagram, I'm going to draw B. So since we have A intersection C, I've drawn in red, and then B, which is just everything there. So I'll shade B like that. Okay, so after shading these guys, I can now relate this same question, this same diagram on the other side. So I'm going to rewrite this particular guy on the other side. So let me just erase this. Okay, all right, so let me move on. So I have said A there, then I have set B there, then I have set C there, and then this is the universal set. So this is set A, ladies and gentlemen. This is set B, this is set C. Now I have drawn A intersection C, which is the red guy there. Then I have drawn B, which is this one in green. And the question is, from B, remove A intersection C. So from this B, remove A intersection C. So we're just removing this part in B, because it's the one which is just the part of what? Which is just the part of A intersection C. So this is the drawing, or this is the shading for the first guy. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you this one as your assignment. Please work on it, this one as your assignment. So you have B minus C. So the first step, you're going to remove C from B, so you remain with that part, and then you intersect it with A, of which the answer will just be this single part here. So when you work out, make sure that you find only this part as your answer. But I'm going to give you as your assignment. Please submit your assignment either in the comment section, or you WhatsApp me, or you can simply call me, and we can be able to help you. Okay, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, and look at these questions. So for this question, I'm going to solve it in the next video. Since I've already done one question on sets, so for this question I'm going to do it on using the next video. So please make sure that you follow up. Okay. Right. I'm very much interested in this particular type of question solution. So find the equation of the normal of the curve, of the normal to the curve. So we have that particular curve, which is y is equal to x squared minus 9x to the power -1. So find the equation of the normal to the curve y is equal to x squared minus 9x to the power -1 at the particular point. So this point is just you have 3,6. So 3,6, that means that we have the x coordinate and the y coordinate in that particular case. So the x coordinates, which I can name as x1, and then this is y1. Okay, so for us to find the equation of the normal, we need to find the gradient of the curve. Okay, we first need to find the gradient of the curve. Now for us to find the gradient of the curve, we need to find the gradient function. So we have y is equal to x squared minus 9x to the power -1. So you're going to find the gradient function. So the gradient function is just dy dx. So dy dx in this particular case, you drop that, so this will be 2, and then x 2 minus 1 is just 1. Then you multiply that, this will be plus 9, then x to the power -2, because you are going to add a what? You are going to add you are going to subtract a -1. So dy dx, like I said, is the same as f complement of x. F complement of x is the same as dy dx. Then it's going to be 2x plus, remember this is to the power -2, so this can also be written as 9 over x squared. So this is the gradient function. So for you now to find the gradient, you are going to utilize the x coordinates. So the x coordinates in this case is just simply what? 3. So you're going to use that same 3 to come up with the gradient. You're going to use that same 3 to come up with the gradient. So in that case, you're going to say f complement of 3, which is dy dx of 3. So where there is x, you are going to put what? 3. And then you say plus, then you say 9 over 3 squared. So after you do that, what's next is just for you to multiply that. So f complement of 3, you know 2 times 3, it is simply 6 plus 9 over 9. So this is f complement of 3 is simply equal to 6 plus 1. Then you can simply say f complement of 3, which is dy dx, is simply equal to what? 7. So the gradient here, this is the gradient, right? So this is the gradient at that particular point. So we can say the gradient. Okay. All right. So if you look at the curve, let's say the curve is looking like, where can I draw it? Okay, I can just simply draw it like that. So if this is the curve, and then this curve has a particular tangent, okay? A tangent is just a line which touches a curve at one single point. So let's say this is our tangent, right? So this is your tangent like that, okay? So this tangent, as it touches this curve at that particular point, so this is the tangent, I'll write as TA. So this tangent, as it touches this curve, which I'll put as CU, this tangent, as this touches this curve at that particular point, this gradient is the same as that of what? Of the tangent. And then this tangent has another relationship with a line which is called the norm. So this is the normal line, and this normal line is normally perpendicular to the what? To the tangent. So I'll write it as a norm. So if the curve of this tangent has a gradient of 7, so that gradient can be written as m, and this m is just what? 7. So this guy, which is the normal, has a tangent as also a gradient which we can call as m1. Now the relationship is that the gradient of the curve at that particular point is the same as the gradient of the tangent. Okay, so meaning at that particular point the tangent has the gradient of 7. Then the relationship between the normal and the tangent, remember I said the tangent I'll write as TA and the normal as m, is that m dot m1, remember m is for the tangent, m1 is for the what? For the normal, is equal to -1. So if you divide throughout by that, so m1 is simply equal to -1 over what? Over m. So in that case m we found it to be what? To be 7. So this will be like that. So to find the line, the equation of the normal, to find the equation of the normal, we shall say y minus y1 is simply equal to -1 over m1 and then open bracket x minus x1. Okay, so if you look at what we were given, that x1 is 3 from here, x1 is 3 and the y1 is 6. So from that particular point you can just simply say y minus what? 6 is equal to -1 over 7 open bracket x minus 3, like that. Okay, so with that in mind we can simply cross multiply there. So this will be 7 open bracket y minus 6 close bracket is equal to, you can say, negative x minus 3, like that. So this will give you 7y. This will give you 7y minus 7 times 6 is just 42. 7 times 6 is just 42, is equal to negative x plus 3. So this will go to the other side, that will go to the other side. So this will be 7y plus x is simply equal to 45. So this is the line of the normal, but remember we need to express it in that form, so instructions are very important. So 45 will get it, we'll take it back to where it's supposed to be. So this will just simply be 7y plus x minus 45 is simply equal to 0. So this is just the final answer for that particular question. So guys, like I've been emphasizing on the same thing, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you also register with Excel Academy. Okay, so for those who want to get in touch with me, you can just communicate using the line which I have shared on the screen. So thank you very much guys for following us, and please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.